Chapter 326, Life Gate of Dragon Palace. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. The Black Market warriors arrived at the boundary of underwater Dragon Palace on 4 Red Spider vessels. Each Red Spider vessel was equipped with a 433-meter-long light ball used to cruise through the river and was covered by the vessel defending formation. Wearing a metal mask, DE stood majestically at the edge of the warship. Resting his hands on the railings, he observed the majestic Crystal Dragon Palace in the distance with a fiery look in his eyes. It was very likely that the Dragon Sarira was in the Dragon Palace. Once he got it, DE was confident that he would be able to reach the ultimate realm of the Earth Realm. In the future, he might even become a 9-realm fighting genius and possess a physical quality comparable to that of great ancient emperors. DE had always been gifted ever since he was young. When DE was just a fetus, his mark of martial arts opened. At birth, his body shined with thousands of golden rays, stunning the whole family with his inner saintly being. Everyone considered him as a reincarnated saint. Ever since then, he was chosen to be the young master of Black Market Excellence Hall. Having an innate saintly being also meant that he had been a 7-realm fighting genius from the day he was born. Moreover, when he was born, his cultivation had reached the dawn state of the Yellow Realm, and his spiritual power had reached the 20th level. Needless to say, DE was born at a starting point higher than everyone else. Even great ancient emperors and great saints did not necessarily have congenital conditions like DE's. There were rumors saying that he had reached the ultimate realm of the Earth Realm. However, he was actually still a step away from reaching the ultimate realm of the Earth Realm. Since DE wanted to break through the ultimate realm of the Earth Realm, he suppressed the realm and made no breakthroughs to the Heaven Realm. If he hadn't done that, he would have already reached the Heaven Realm, especially given the talent he has. I must get Buddha Sarira and reach the ultimate realm of the Earth Realm to strike a chord of gods. While others might not make it, I, DE, can make it. DE cracked his knuckles. There was an invisible formation on the boundary of the underwater Dragon Palace. With its power, the formation could crush any warrior above the Earth Realm and turn them into a cloud of blood fog. The formation was known as the 8-Point Formation, and it was arranged 500 years ago by the 4-winged Earth Dragon to guard the Dragon Palace. The 4-winged Earth Dragon had left plenty of treasures in the Dragon Palace. Every year, many 3rd-level savage beasts and Earthrealm warriors rushed across the 8-Point Formation and entered the Dragon Palace to look for treasures. The possibility of finding treasures caused a large number of warriors and savage beasts to die in the Dragon Palace every year, left to become mere bones. The bones of the dead could be seen in the underwater square outside the Dragon Palace, making it look like an infernal underwater battlefield. At the time, martial masters of the Black Market on the boundary of the 8-Point Formation restrained warriors of the Earth Realm to the formation by using chains and fetters. That is the Dragon Palace of 4-winged Earth Dragon. It is very dangerous, and I will not go in there. An elder with white beard and hair said that although he had been bounded with fetters, he was stubborn and refused to enter the 8-Point Formation. Really? Zhang Tangai walked over with a black knife while sneering. If you enter 8-Point Formation, you might be able to survive and even find treasures in the Dragon Palace that you can use to break through the Heaven Realm. However, if you don't enter, you are doomed to die. An old man looked at Zhang Tangai with disdain, sneered and said, "Don't think that I don't know what you're trying to do. I know that since you have trapped us here, you will force us to explore a new way or else you will kill us." PFFT. Zhang Tangai beheaded the elder with a slash. In a blink of an eye, the surrounding water turned completely red. His corpse was crushed by the strong water pressure, causing it to burst into pieces of meat. He was doomed to die for his stubbornness. Zhang Tangai gently touched the knife in his hand and looked at the Earthrealm warriors who were caught by the Black Market with a cruel smile. The prisoners of the Earthrealm were reluctant to obey the Black Market, but terror struck them after witnessing this scene. Without further threats from Zhang Tangai, they strode forward one after another and rushed to 8-Point Formation. They would prefer to enter the formation and fight, rather than be killed by Zhang Tangai. Perhaps they might find some treasures, break the shackles of the Earth Realm, and become legends of martial arts. DE stood on the Red Spider vessel, and a small smile appeared on his lips. He said, "Zhang Tangai is talented. He is gifted in means and strategies. He shall be given an important position. It is said that he is Zhang Yuochen's brother, so we can train him to deal with Zhang Yuochen. Red Wish emissary stood behind Yi and said, I am afraid that Zhang Tangai is not a well-matched opponent to Zhang Yuochen. Yi shook his head and said, his strength alone is not enough to face Zhang Yuochen. However, with the support of our black market, Zhang Tangai will become a sharp weapon against Zhang Yuochen. Young master, you are absolutely right. Red Wish emissary did not mean what she just said because Yi did not know that Zhang Yuochen had practiced martial soul and reached the realm of heart integrated into sword. If Yi had known this, he would not look down on Zhang Yuochen. Red Wish emissary had her own plan, so she did not reveal Zhang Yuochen's secrets. Swoosh! An orange figure swiftly flew from afar. When in water, she moved at the speed of sound without using any foreign objects. In a split second, the orange figure boarded the red spider vessel and stood behind Yi. The figure turned out to be a beautiful girl in orange clothes. She was tall, graceful, and was wearing a veil. She seemed like she was weightless as she floated midair about 3 feet above the ground. She slightly bowed to Yi and said, Greetings, young master. Orange Star Emissary, have your 6 emissaries beheaded 3-clawed flood dragon? Yi asked. The veiled girl in orange clothes was Orange Star Emissary, the 6th emissary of the 7 Kills emissary. Her martial ability was better than Red Wish emissary. With a dreamy, sweet, and moving voice, Orange Star Emissary said, the 3-clawed flood dragon was so powerful that our 6 emissaries could barely suppress it. The loathsome 3-clawed flood dragon had cost us nearly half of our black market masters. Yi clenched his fists and had an angry look in his eyes. Orange Star Emissary continued, just now, Purple Wind Emissary found out that a lot of masters hurried to the underwater dragon palace. He was worried about your safety, so he sent me back first to protect you. A lot of masters? They must be from the Martial Market Bank and Moon Worship Demonic Sect. Yi took a deep breath and said, we must find the life gate of the Dragon Palace as soon as possible. We must enter the underwater Dragon Palace first, before the Martial Market Bank and the Moon Worship Demonic Sect do. In the distance, 120 prisoners of the Earth Realm were forced onto the 8-point formation by masters of the black market. After entering the formation, those prisoners of the Earth Realm desperately rushed to the Dragon Palace. Suddenly, someone touched an inscription of the array. Boom! Purple bolts of lightning glowed in the formation. In the water, flashes of lightning were striking back and forth. A desperate cry was heard from the formation. Almost 20 people were pierced by lightning and died in the formation, and more than 10 were injured. The 8-point formation mainly aimed at warriors above the Earth Realm, but if the warriors touched some inscriptions in the formation would generate a terrible attack. After passing through 8-point formation, the prisoners of the Earth Realm thought they were safe and felt relief. However, all of a sudden an enormous vortex formed in the water and drowned a dozen prisoners. Help! After the vortex dispersed, the prisoners of the Earth Realm became a bloody mud and crushed bones. After witnessing the scene, the prisoners of the Earth Realm who survived were terrified. No one expected how dreadful the next moment will be. Everyone desperately rushed to the gates of the Dragon Palace. They wanted to enter and find treasures to break through the Heaven Realm. If one can reach the Heaven Realm, his strength would increase exponentially. Until then, there would be more chances to live. The Dragon Palace was vast and had thousands of gates. All of the gates had entrances, but most of them will lead to death. It was said that the Dragon Palace had a total of 3,750 gates, but only 8 were life gates, and the others were death gates. Upon entering a death gate, you were doomed to die even with a high level of cultivation. After 15 minutes, all warriors of the Earth Realm that rushed to the Dragon Palace had died. Yi frowned and ordered, send the second group of prisoners. This time, Yi was well prepared. Before going to Underwater Dragon Palace, not only did he bring a lot of masters of the black market, but also caught hundreds of prisoners of the Earth Realm. He planned to sacrifice the lives of the prisoners to find a path to the entrance of Life Gate. You could imagine that after this incident, the martial world of Omen Ridge would be compromised due to the loss of plenty of martial masters. Each time, the black market would send 120 warriors of the Earth Realm to rush to the Dragon Palace. The first 3 groups of warriors were annihilated. Finally, in the 4th group, someone discovered the Life Gate and successfully entered the Dragon Palace. Everyone in the group rushed into its heartland and disappeared in a black mist. The Life Gate appeared. Everybody, let's rush into the gate and enter the Dragon Palace so that we can find spiritual quenching for the breakthrough. Other warriors saw the Life Gate and were excited as they rushed in one after another. Warriors of the black market, please follow me to seek for Dragon Sarira, since a Life Gate has appeared. Yi let out a shout and ran away from the waterway. In an instant, he broke free from the 8-point formation, entered the Life Gate, and went to the heartland of the Dragon Palace. Everyone, please catch up. In 15 minutes 3,750 gates of the Dragon Palace will move again. We must enter the Dragon Palace before the Life Gate moves. Jiang Tangai was ecstatic. His eyes shined with a strange splendor. For him, it was more than just a lucky chance, but also an opportunity to surpass Zhang Yuochen.